Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today I'm going to continue my series on Sun Tzu's Art of War and we are going to discuss stratagem number 32. So as explained in my earlier sessions on this particular topic, Sun Tzu's Art of War was initially written to help the emperor back in the old days to conquer an enemy army. Now, this is not what we are going to do, but even in the modern society, there's always so-called enemies or people we need to win over, whether that's in a corporate context where we need to win over our bosses to make sure that they promote us, or if you're a business owner, you need to win over potential clients so they buy from you. So there's always some sort of competition and some sort of economic war going on where you want to get out on top. And Sun Tzu's strategies can be applied in this context and are actually applied widely in this context all the time. Now, there are altogether 36 stratagems or strategies, and each one of them is may or may not be related to you, or you may have an affinity with, depending on how your Bazi chart is set up. All of these strategies relate to particular animal signs, earthly branches, as we call them in Bazi. And depending on which animal sign you have present in your particular chart, you may resonate with some of the strategies more than with others. Now, this means that if you do resonate with a particular strategies just based on your chart, if you have an affinity, then it's easier for you to implement this strategy. And you may do it anyway subconsciously all the time, or you may have used them throughout your life without even being aware of it, because it's just easy, it comes to you easily, and it's just effortless. All right. So we obviously need to check our Bazi chart first for this. So go to this link here. I'm also posting it in the description to this video. So just copy paste and then enter your birth details. Now, as always, it would be lovely to have your time of birth, but if you don't know your time of birth, this is not absolutely mission critical in this particular case. So we don't need it for this. If you have it, that's better. So you just enter your date and time of birth, and then you will get this particular chart. And what we are interested in this particular analysis is this part here. Yeah, where you have all the animal signs. Now, most of you will probably know your year of birth, what animal Chinese zodiac is associated with it, but actually you can have up to 4 different earthly branches in your chart. As you can see here, this person is born in the year of the tiger, the rooster month, on a pig day, and in the horse hour. So you may have 4 animal signs there as well, or maybe some are duplicated. That's also perfectly fine. Just check which ones you have, because they determine which stratagem you resonate with and whether you resonate with the one that we are discussing today. Now, today's stratagem is called the strategy of open city gates. Yeah, so this is one where basically you need to do, you're in a bad situation. Yeah, you need to somehow do something to escape a really, really bad situation. And in this strategy, you open up your weakness for everyone to see. And it will look like you are no threat at all anymore to anybody. And when the enemy sees this, or when your opponent sees this, they will not even fight you anymore. They're not gonna make things worse for you, because you've basically already laid down your weapons, or you kind of already surrendered. Yeah, so your opponent will think that you are no threat at all, and they won't even think about you anymore. And once that happens, you can then regroup and catch them off guard at a later point when you're a little bit stronger. So that's basically, in a nutshell, what this strategy is all about. Now, this resonates mostly with those who have dog, ox, goat in the chart. Now, you must have 2 out of those 3. So not 2 dogs and 1 ox. You should have a dog and an ox, or a dog and a goat, or an ox and a goat. Yeah. Out of those 3 animals, you must have 2 in your Bazi chart, anywhere in your chart. Then this is something that resonates with you very well. And you're very good at making it look like you are defeated or that you're surrendering, when in fact you are just regrouping. You are kind of just, you're surrendering this particular battle, but you may still win the war. So it's very, very important, obviously, in certain situations to know which battles to fight. You don't need to fight every single one. And so sometimes you just need to say, you know what, I'm going to let this one go for the greater good. But the enemy or the opponent won't see it that way. They will just think that you have given up. Now, how can you actually use this? This works really, really well in a corporate environment where, you you would get known as someone who doesn't have a big enough ego to prevent themselves from admitting mistakes. Yeah, if you are able to say, you know what, I blew this one. I really made a mistake here. Um, People will see that you're actually honest, that you're an honest player, that they can rely on you, and that will build trust and respect. Now, obviously, you don't do this all the time. Again, pick your battles wisely, but sometimes it's better to just, when you realize you've made a mistake, take the blame and then ask for help. Yeah. And just admit that you've made a mistake. That is then an opportunity to build human bonds and better connections, and people will respect you for the fact that you had the guts, the courage to say, you know what, this is I was wrong. It also works if you just sometimes say, you know what, I don't know the answer to this question. I just don't know. And you point at a better source of expertise, maybe your colleague or a subordinate even, yeah? This is an opportunity to show that you're confident enough to admit that you don't know everything, and that you are confident enough and secure enough in yourself to let others shine. Yeah, and it will tremendously help you build a great relationship with those you actually refer, because they will see that you are someone who is honest. You make them shine at your own expense. And that way you build up trust, you build up a lot of support, you build up a lot of respect. And ultimately, in the long run, this will benefit you. And all it takes is just to say sometimes, I just don't know. I don't know the answer to this particular question, or there's someone who is better qualified, or who knows, who probably has a better solution. Yeah. So in a corporate environment, or in just generally an environment where you work with colleagues, with peers, with subordinates, this works very well. Now, you also often see this in a context where, let's say you have motivational speakers. They often build trust and connect to people, or with people, with their audience, by telling them all about their past failures and how vulnerable they were, what they did wrong, and life was just shit. And then they had this revelation, they started working on themselves, and they really learned from their vulnerabilities. Yeah, so basically they lay everything out. They tell you about their failures, about how they screwed up, and then how they overcame this. So this is this is the same strategy. Yeah, they're building trust and connections by first admitting to their weaknesses. So this is what's called the open city scheme, or the strategy of the open city gates. Yeah, I hope this helps you guys. I hope this is useful. If you have any questions, as always, just put them in the comments below or contact me directly. My email address is in the description to this video, and I would super appreciate it if you could like the video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you soon.